Om Shanti, good morning. So we are revising the Murli of 23rd of March 81. And yesterday we were speaking about how Baba spoke about those classes, the most important being the air conditioned class, then which is followed by the first class. And then Baba said, many of you are either in the first class or many of you are in the second class. The first class, there are very few, the 8 joules in the air condition and the 100 joules in the first class, and then the third class there are also very few, so many are in between. It's the second class. And then Baba was speaking about how you'll go and serve at the red fort. Your Param Dham is also red, the soul also is red, which means an embodiment of power. And even Baba is the everlasting Sarva Shaktiman, right? He's also red. So, and Baba was speaking about that how you all have to, how you all are all famous now as Brahma Kumaris. The name is spread everywhere in the radio, the television, the newspapers. So I'll carry it from there where we left yesterday. I'll share the screen. So here we go. That Baba was saying, with your tan, man, and dhan, by all of you using your body, mind, and wealth, you conducted the ceremony of sprinkling the dust of the feelings of the Brahmins in all the corners of the world. So we spoke about how when VIP souls leave the body, their ashes are sprinkled onto different parts of the earth. So similarly here we have to sprinkle the dust. It's not a stool or any physical dust. It's the dust of the feelings of the Brahmins in all the corners of the world. And by doing this, you strengthen the foundation of your kingdom. And this is why some fruit has already emerged and some is yet to emerge. So actually this concept is that whatever ashes are there of some great beings, they basically are to make the soil very fertile, and then a good fruit would emerge. So for us, what is the fruit? I think Baba last Sunday or one Sunday ago, it was Seva ka bal and Seva ka phal. So the fruit which we have, that not only gives us, the service which we do not only gives us power, but it also gives us fruit. So some fruit will emerge, while some will take, some soils can be very, very kalrati in Hindi, we say. They can be very rigid and they may not be so fertile. So you do service, but instantly you won't get the result. It will take some time. And then Baba goes on to say, not all the fruits ripen at the same time. You have now been saved from complaints. No one can now complain that you don't go to speak on anyone else's stage. So now Baba says that you can't complain that they didn't invite us, we couldn't go, because now this was in 81, so and we are in 2024. Now you know that so many programs happening all over the world, not only in India. And now for us the stage is set. Baba had said that in one of the Murlis that there'll be a ready-made stage for you. You just have to maintain your inner stage, which means apni sthiti se seva karni hai. Now service will happen through my stable state of mind or through my stable stage. So now that you have reached the red fort, all of these complaints have ended. Your own weaknesses still remain, but those complaints about you have ended, about seva. This is why you are embodiments of success and will always remain so. You now have to make new plans for the future. Do not be concerned about the expanse. Sorry, what did you spend? All of you gave only 10 paisas. That is tenth of a rupee each. Like Baba says in Hindi, we say charana, athana. That is, anas we used to say 25 paise and athana is 50 paise. So yeah, Baba is even going down further, only 10 paises. Which means, in short, Baba is trying to say, what have you all given? Only peanuts. People save so much money to spend on things of entertainment. And you were able to accomplish so much by just giving 10 paisas or 10 rupees. So I think this is 1981, whilst for the Gyan Sarovar when Dadi Prakashmani, it's the August month going on. So it reminds her memorial month. So she helped in constructing the Gyan Sarovar in 95. And that happened through every family, each person or each Brahmin, 1 rupee per day, something like that. So Baba is saying either you give me 10 paisas or 10 rupees. You saw and met everyone in your huge family, and you saw the proof of love. You spread your fragrance of unity, zeal, and enthusiasm, and new inventions everywhere very well. तो किसकी खुशबू संगठन की and उमंग उत्साह की खुशबू. And that fragrance reached Bapdada in the subtle region. Just one fragrance now remains to be spread. And what fragrance is that? The fragrance of your being children of God still remains to be spread. Baba has this complaint. I mean, not really in a complaint way. Baba doesn't complain that way, but what he's trying to say here, Baba always says that you all do good service, you all give good lectures, good vacha service happens, so on and so forth. But still, this one point, which even Jagdish Bhai, I remember he said before leaving the body, that he was very sorry and apologetic that he was not able to reveal Baba. That Baba is the one who's doing this. The same thing Baba says here, that you all are the children of God, and God is getting it done through you. That revelation is still yet to happen. You have reached the stage where people now realize that you are great souls, Mahanatmaya. You have dropped the atom bomb on them, and this atom bomb is Atmic bomb or Atma bomb, but not the Paramatma bomb as yet. So you now have to hoist the final flag to announce that the Father has come and that you are his children and his companions. So साथी भी हैं and बच्चे भी हैं. You gave the message to their ears in your lectures and also by using the mics on the floats. However, this message now has to reach everyone's heart. Again, I think it was a few Sundays ago or last Sunday, Baba said, you give the knowledge, the tir of knowledge, which means the arrow of knowledge goes and pierces only their brains, dimag tak, not till the heart, because that heart to heart touch is still not there, that ruhaniyat or that we being so yogi and doing service in a very yogi stage is still not there, because that's what Baba says he wants. And if the arrow goes and hits anyone's heart, the job is done. Do you understand what you now have to do? And this day too will come soon. You've been told that when you bring a special personality here from abroad, there will be this upheaval, and you will all have the beauty of the first class. So Baba is just trying to correlate. Many VIP souls then came. I think we started with the World Peace Conference when the inauguration of Om Shanti Bhavan happened. I think that was 1986, 5 years from now onwards, when Om Shanti Bhavan was inaugurated. And it basically was built for that reason, Om Shanti, which means I am peace. It was for that conference, the World Conference of Peace. And in that, Shelley and I forget Robert, yeah, I forget his full name. He was the United Nations Secretary. Shelley and Robert, both of them had come, and they were the special VIPs. And Shelley was looking at Dadi Prakashmani's face, and she was saying that I'm amazed to see how it's such a big gathering of souls all clad in white, and how come you're carrying on this activity just by smiling? And the reporters asked Dadi over there, right, that you're the head of the institution. How do you manage? So she said, no, the moment I create this thought, I am head, I'll get headache. So I never create this thought. It's Baba's yagya. It's the Supreme's task, and we are just instruments to carry on that. And you know, Dadi's slogan was Nimit Nirman Chitan Nirmal Vani, which came in the last few Sundays on the Avyak Murli days. So Baba is saying that when you get special personalities from abroad, then there will be the upheaval. Upheaval will intensify. And then you will all have the beauty of the first class. It's still not the air conditioned class, it's the first class. The second class will end, and that day too is not far off, which means we will progress in our stage from the second class to first class, because Baba said above that majority of you are still in the first class. And what was that? The effort was about 30 to 50%. Some go on from 50 to 70, it's still second class. Baba wants us to go from 70 to 100%. At present, in order for those in the second class to appear beautiful, they have to make effort to put on their makeup. So now, which makeup is Baba speaking about? The spiritual makeup. Right? He told us yesterday the crown, the tilak, the eyes, the smile on the face of happiness, and even the entire face, which should be cheerful. As he said a few days ago in the blessing, that the property of the versa of contentment, and the proof of that is the personality of cheerfulness or prasanta on the face. So just as so you just sorry you must now put that aside too and enter the stage of having natural beauty. So no artificial makeup. Just as the sanskars of the deities are totally ignorant of impurity, we say the deities are ichha matram avidya. So you too now must create those original sanskars so that the beauty in your form will appear to be that of spiritual attraction in front of the world, Ruhani Akarshan. So, do you understand what competition took place today? Baba was maybe speaking about the competition taking place in the subtle world, that how each one stage is so number wise, and how much can we attract spiritually someone through our stage. That's what Baba is saying. Then addressing, I think, the foreigners here, double foreigners particularly, because all of us are foreigners. Here it's double foreigners. So many in the foreign group are going to return today. Each of you has to return in order to bring back many others with you. And each of you stars have to create your own world. This is the world of you living stars. And as a memorial of you stars, even the scientists are searching for a living world in the stars above. There's a big hoo-ha about Mars and so on and so forth, right? Being able to go and stay there, or even going on the moon, buying a property on moon. That's what Baba says in Sakar Murli. So Baba says, "Har sitare ki apni duniya." Each living star means each soul, each one of us has a big world of our own. We have a big baggage, right, of 84 births, which all of us carry. So now Baba is saying, those scientists which are looking at the physical stars of the space, now bring them into your world and save them from this labor, because even they should realize that whatever they are doing in their job or in their profession, it's like nothing. I mean, where does it lead to? Even if you find out what is happening on Mars or what is happening on Moon, I mean, what good does it do to you? It's absolutely peanuts or nothing. So Baba says, save them from this labor, let them realize, have this self-realization and connect them to me. And give them an experience of what world of stars it is, the Ruhani Sitare, that is the Paramdham. So today Baba is holding a special picnic of knowledge with you children from Bharat, as well as those of you from abroad. So those who are to return are giving a picnic party. Usually This used to happen. Now it happens, I think, in the Peace Park, which is a few kilometers from Om Shanti Bhavan, Pandav Bhavan. So all the double foreigners are taken there for picnic. I don't think that time this was still created, because 1986, as I said, or 85, 86, the Om Shanti Bhavan came into being, and the Peace Park after that. So Babdada is also holding a party, and this party is of knowledge. So Gyan Ki party, right? So now we have so many parks. We have Dadi Prakash Mani Park down at the foothills, Abu Road. Then we have, I think, up Dadi Janki's park as well. That's the one, if I'm not mistaken, in Gyan Sarovar. So many parks are there now. So this was some of the parks which was just around there. So here we finished the main Murli, and Baba is giving love, remembrance, yad pyar. So to those who are number one in the beauty of purity, to those who constantly defeat any impurity, to those who have made purity their original sanskar, and to those who experience the happiness of all the relationships with the one Father, and to those who see the whole world in just the one. To such lovers, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bap Dada the Great, beloved. And we also, the children, the spiritual children, give namaste to the spiritual father. So all of you have worked very hard for that great sacrificial fire called Mahayagya. So now you definitely do receive the fruit of your efforts. Of course, you have to spend some money to spread the sound. So some expenditure has to be incurred in order to create a new invention. However, the success of that continues to give fruit afterwards also. So again, Baba is comparing the Lokik world, that to get success in the Lokik world, they really have to invest so much money and so on, money, energy, time, efforts. Here Baba says you have to spend some money to spread the word or the sound, but whatever you do is hardly anything, because you really get multi-million fold in return. The success of that fruit will not only continue in this birth, but also for the next 21 births, right? Sometimes your name is glorified, sometimes your sound spreads, and sometimes the Brahmin family grows. So the cooperation that you receive from the government for the Mahayagya is now recorded for all time. Just as the railways cooperation is also recorded for all time. So in some way or the other, there were some projects maybe happening where the government helped the Brahma Kumaris as well in some way, in some constructions. There are many tasks that take place like this in an incognito way. At least the sound did reach the president, and thereby made many come from so many centers with so much of love. And this too is instant fruit. Baba कहते हैं like pratyaksh phal, which happens fast. And Baba spoke about the Pandav government, the Ishwariya godly government, and he spoke about the government of Bharat, of India. And he's speaking about the president of India, that the Indian president also got the message. If I'm not mistaken, one of the first presidents was Gyani Zail Singh. There were many photographs, or there are many photographs, particularly outside the conference hall in Shantivan. So he was one, and he was invited for one of the youth programs, and he was quite amazed and very happy to see that how the youth of India are empowered at the Brahma Kumaris. And now you all know this is history for us. The president house is like another house for us. Whenever you want to go, you just take an appointment and just go in, because it's our respected Draupadi Murmuji. I think it's her last term going on this year or maybe next year. And she is a BK, all of you know that very well. So there you are with all sorts of permissions now. It's become a cakewalk for all of us, the BKs. So, and particularly all the sisters go to Delhi, to ORC, and ask Asha Didi for this appointment, and they just want to go and meet the president. And moreover, the president also is happy to meet all the BKs. She is more than happy to host us there, and they do many programs there, and on and off it keeps happening. There's some news or the other coming from ORC once in 2 weeks or once a month. So Baba says that this has just started now, and this too is instant fruit. Whatever service each of you did, Bab Dada is pleased with the result. Therefore, congratulations for your efforts. Bab Dada, I think it's the last paragraph. Bab Dada meeting Sevadhari brothers and sisters. So, does each of you consider yourself to be an elevated soul who's one of the few out of the handful of multi-million souls? To Sresht Atma, elevated soul. To win the lottery of doing service is also a line of fortune. And this service is not service, but receiving instant nourishing fruit. So Baba says actually when you get seva ka phal, it's not even seva. You're just getting so much in return. You're just getting the fruit, an instant fruit, which we say pratyaksh phal. See, one type of fruit is fresh and the other type is dry fruit, right? So which fruit is this? Even I think dry fruit is much more expensive and it's much more nutritious, full of all your vitamins, minerals, proteins, all that, and which gives nourishment to the body. And one is just the fresh fruit, the wet fruit which we have. So both are equally good. So Baba says, your fruit is what? This is the fruit of instant fortune. When you do something now, you instantly eat the fruit of it. Of course, you do also accumulate some for the future, but even before the future, you also receive the instant fruit there and then itself. The canopy of cooperation in the atmosphere easily makes you become an elevated soul. So here Baba is speaking about Sahyog. Sahyog ki chhatra chhaya and uska vatavaran, that's the atmosphere. And that instantly makes us an elevated soul. So together with this, you also become distant from the sounds and sights of the old world. Instead of going to work, this serving of the yajna becomes service that you can do even at home. And the culture of work from home has started a few years ago. So our work from home, a Alokik service can also happen. You're also able to put down the basket of the responsibility of a job and become able to adopt the crown of service. Baba says this in Hindi, it's the exact translation, basket tokri. Baba says, Naukri ki tokri mat uthao. Kitna uthaoge? And particularly Baba says that to the Kumaris, that Kumaris should be bondage free. No bondage of either the family relations or of any of the job which they are doing. And instead of Naukri ki tokri, have the crown of service. So Seva ka Taj. Become able to adopt the crown of service. You are carrying the basket of the responsibility of a job out of compulsion, not with your heart. And this is only because you have been directed to do this. Therefore, you receive many benefits by doing this service. You receive such elevated company. You're constantly on the shores of the ocean and constantly speaking and discussing knowledge. There is nothing but the Father and service for you. You receive this help, don't you? So you have such great fortune. Then he addresses the mothers. What do you mothers think? You're given your ready-made fortune on the palm of your hands. Bahisht, on your palms. Ready-made, that too. Just as the picture of Krishna shows him holding heaven on the palm of his hand, so too at the confluence age, you are given the globe of fortune in your hands. You're so fortunate. At present, you think that service is something ordinary. However, it is not ordinary. Everything in Brahma Kumaris is extraordinary. This is your wonderful line of fortune. For as long as you have this lottery, you can make it an eternal lottery. Practice this to such an extent that wherever you are living, you're able to create a stage that you have whilst you are here. So when we go to Madhuban, we feel very elated, very serene and calm. So the same stage Baba says you should be able to create at your residence, at the place where you are living, either at home or in the center, wherever you are. Here you experience yourself to an easy yogi, don't you? All the effort is finished. So therefore now make this experience you have started to continue for time immemorial. So not only for a few days or a few weeks, for time immemorial, make this experience forever. The confluence age is the time to start everything which continues for time immemorial. Do not leave behind this experience in Madhuban, but take it back with you. Many say that as soon as they come down from Madhuban, their meter also comes down. And forget reaching home. Baba says that the moment you even reach the train station, or even the moment you're in Shanti, when you're boarding the bus in the Behad, the unlimited bus, where all the BKs gather together and board the bus for going towards the station, there itself, your stage starts going down a bit because my bag, his bag, her bag, and where to sit, blah, blah, all that things happen. So whilst till the time you reach the station, Abu Road station, Baba says your meter is fully down. So Baba says, do not do this. Take benefit of this practice. Whilst serving, pay attention to the stage of being an easy yogi. Do not simply become easy in doing physical service. Together with doing physical service, your state of mind should always remain elevated. Only then will you experience the benefit of service. You Shaktis are very loving and tireless. Your arms are not hurting you, are they? Babdada is massaging your arms and feet with love. And in fact, that massaging of feet itself symbolizes love. Acha, you sowed the seed of service in Madhuban, which means, beautiful line, which means to sow the fruit of your elevated karma for all time, for time immemorial. So Baba says you sow the seeds of service in Madhuban, but then you reap the fruits of your elevated karma, Sresht karma, for time immemorial to come, which goes on for 21 births. So this is actually a blessing and slogan. So I'll just read the blessing. May you be a spiritual rose who constantly sees others as spirits by remaining constantly stable in your stage of spirituality, Ruhaniyat ki stage. And let you be a Ruhe Gulab, the one who sees all the other souls as well. To be a spiritual rose means to be someone who constantly has the fragrance of spirituality. Wherever those with this fragrance of spirituality look, and whosoever they look at, they'll only see that spirit and not the body. Therefore, constantly maintain your own spiritual stage and also look at everyone else as a spirit. The Father is the highest on high. His garden too is the highest of all. And you children are his special spiritual roses in that garden. And your fragrance of spirituality will benefit many, many souls. Slogan, if you can give happiness to others. Sorry, if you give happiness, not can, if you give happiness to others by breaking your code of conduct, you're only accumulating an account of sorrow. So very important is Maryada. Cannot break the code of conduct. Otherwise, an account of sorrow will be accumulated. Acha. Om Shanti. So I'll stop sharing the screen and then we'll take a minute and you can start sharing. You can start sharing now. Thanks.
Shanti. So Baba says, the Atma bomb is, you drop the Atma bomb, but not the Paramatma bomb. So this has to be dropped. So once this is dropped, and then we will use the flying flag to announce that the Father has come. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti, Divine Family, good morning. Two scenarios Baba gives. One was the Atma bomb, and bombs are thrown only during a war scenario, isn't it? So this is a war going on. Soul with Maya, even own mind, intellect, and sanskar. If they are of that 63 verse, then they can receive. So whenever they, in order to protect the soul, this bomb has to be thrown of the spirituality, soul consciousness. And second is the train. Baba gives example of train, that AC first class, AC second class. But we can we can imagine the engine which is pulling this train, giving the propulsion power, and that engine, we can say that soul with Baba, Father, and Brahma Mother. This engine is double engine, is driving this train, and then uh, the first AC, second AC is okay, but then you can be also part to enable the entire train move, and along with Bab Dada, so that every soul gets this journey uh, safely to the destination. Om Shanti.
Shanti, with a good morning. Regarding the last word, last line about the code of conduct, whenever I've come to Madhuban, I have seen brothers and sisters behaving with friendship, a sense of brotherhood, and with simplicity. That attracts a lot of crowd, a lot of people. Many times, visitors over there belong to such big organizations, have so much of education, but they still get pulled down by this common element of humanity, a sense, a very good conduct of at least being friendly. I was wondering, I was like recalling the incidences that used to happen there. So this code of conduct of Brahmins, I think that embodiment of sneha, as the soulfulness, is what attracts everybody there. Thank you.
Om Shanti. So, towards the end, Baba says that when we do service, right, so we have to, our state of mind should always remain elevated. So, so that is where we benefit a lot. So I would like to hear more a little bit about how to maintain, or what are the tips and techniques that one practicing in order to balance this when they do service or doing house or work or whatever it may be. So how to maintain that balance? So Baba says together you do the service, right? So maintain that state of mind should always be elevated. So be experienced, and that is where the full benefit of it can take or experience it. So how to maintain this balance? What are the different ways that we can apply in our day-to-day life in order to maintain this?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Is that a question for me? You are asking Bijit Bhai?
Hi,
Your voice is all very muffled, you all are very low volume. I can barely hear you all. Okay, so yeah, so you spoke about the balance of seva and sir seva. Maybe probably that's what you're asking, which Baba says that how to maintain a balance of yoga and seva, which is our second and fourth subject. So recently, I remember reading a few Murlis. I think it is, I don't remember the exact dates. So usme Baba keeps saying about a yoga, which is Swa Seva, which is serving the self through yoga, that is Mansa Seva again. And service, we know the fourth subject, doing service of others. So I'll take in the chat box Om Shanti, that is, I don't know whether it's Vinod Bhai, someone has written Om Shanti. So he's speaking about the Seva in the form of our chehra chal chalan, right? That is the code of conduct. My face, my lips, my eyes, all those, my vision, attitude, blah, blah, all that which we discussed. And how to keep a balance, I think rather than asking how to keep a balance, we have to set our schedule like that, our entire daily routine in such a way that we find out a lot of time for yoga and yoga, because that's the most important subject and that's the most neglected one as well. We know that. So whenever time we have to say, and each to his own. I mean, we can't generalize. I can't tell you do this time because you may not be able to do at that point of time. So the only one thing which I can say for answering this balance is we have to, rather than keep speaking about how to create a balance, we have to do that. And do that means find out extra time in your schedule for yoga, because Gyan is very easy. The knowledge which we know is very, very simple. To some extent, we have also inculcated the points of knowledge in dharana, and all of us are doing service in some way or the other. But most important is we fall short on this, and therefore we feel guilty all the time that, oh, my yoga is poor, yoga is poor. So I think rather than complaining, I know you're not complaining, Bijit Bhai. I don't mean that. But rather than complaining, let's become complete by finding out time. Keep doing. And we have to find out time for yoga in the entire day, wherever we can fit it. As Baba says, if not 8 hours, at least 4 hours. So even am I able to do that 4 hours, which includes your Amrit Vela, your Numasham, then your traffic controls in between, and maybe an extra effort to get 1 more hour somewhere or the other, like which I probably do is trying to find out 15 minutes after 2 3 hours. But again, honestly, you do it for a few days and then the next few days something happens and you forget it. So I mean, in short, what I'm trying to say here is we have to find out time, and we can't give any excuses that Baba, I don't have time for this for yoga. We have to just find out time. That's what we have to do.
Yeah, thank you. So actually, my question was, see, Baba says this is easy yoga, right? Easy yoga. So, Baba says, doing service is very easy. Okay, physical service is very easy, but maintaining an elevated state of mind while doing service is difficult, or children are struggling and they have to maintain a good state of mind or elevated state of mind while doing any physical service. So Baba says easy to do physical service, but to maintain a good state of mind, elevated state of mind, and then to do services, that is where children are losing the balance. So My question was more of how we can maintain that elevated stage.
Yeah, so right. So for that maintaining, we have to have this constant awareness and constantly be alert. Look at my state of mind. Like, for example, there are certain situations, each will have different ones. This will, there'll be some situations in my life professionally and personally which trigger my stress, which trigger my state of mind. So I need to identify those. I need to be aware of those red flags in my life and make sure that those situations don't trigger me anymore. So I have to have constant awareness of this, constantly be on the alert of those things. So I have to keep practicing. I think there are no shortcuts for practice. We just have to be aware and alert and keep working on that, right? That way. Yeah, so he is giving us some tips. Om Shanti Bhai. That is Vinod Bhai, is it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Om Shanti is Vinod Bhai, is it? Okay. So he's saying yeah, so while doing some physical workout, then practicing traffic control, which we do like 3 minutes, I think 3 into 5, main we have 15. Yeah, so he's saying yes. Swaman, practicing the swamans and small meals in between. Okay, I mean, small meals is it, are you trying to say remembrance while eating food? Is that the what you are trying to imply? Okay. So yeah, so each one has to find out their own ways and means to do that, right? Okay, thank you all of you for sharing. And is
Oh,
there,
Shanti,
yeah, go ahead, Sanjay Bhai.
Baba always says that be at ease. But what happens with children often get confused and get confused in the surroundings, in the different situations. And what happened? We become dis-ease, and then we move here and there to be at ease. Sometimes we say that we should sit for 1 hour meditation or 2 hour meditation. But most of the time we are working, we are doing our work. Even though we are going for meditation, but we are thinking of that, yes, I have this much work pending, this much work pending. So what happens? We think something different, we do something different, and in that the puzzle is there. Even we go for meditation, we are not able to do it, thinking for our work. So what I feel the best way that if we can practice it, that whatever that we are thinking, our thought process, and whatever we are speaking, and whatever we are doing, that is mansa, vacha, and karmana. If you can make it same, even if it is not made same, if we can make it synchronized, mansa, vacha, karmana is synchronized, should not be that we are thinking something different, talking something different, or doing something different, and that the puzzle starts. As our Mahamantra, the Mahamantra is Om Shanti. And when it is Om Shanti, when it is Om, U or Mo, Acharan, Ucharan, and Mansa, what I feel and what I've done, uh, thought about it repeatedly again and again. And what I have got from that is that if Mansa, Vacha, and Karmana, what we think and what we speak and what we do becomes same or synchronized, properly synchronized, what happens when there is same, saman hai, Mansa, Vacha, Karmana, saman hai. When there is samanta, santi is the natural outcome of that. Or Santi becomes default when there is Samanta. And in that process, what we have attained a state of Shanti. Actually, that is yoga, basically. And in that, all the situation, if the similarity between Mansa, Vacha, and Karmana, and with the awareness that I am a soul, and with the remembrance that whom I belong. See, we never forget who is my brother, even working. While working also, we are aware that I have got one brother, who's my brother, or who's my child, who's my sister, who's my friend, always aware. So this awareness that yes, Baba ही संसार है, Baba ही माता है, पिता है, बंधु है, सखा है. If we are aware of that, always aware, and always aware that I am Baba's child, I am not ordinary, I am special. This is yoga. We need not sit for 5 hours or 6 hours. If we can practice it in this way, always be aware that who I am, whom I belong. That Janki used to say that. That is yoga. And if you can do it with the addition that yes, Mansa Vacha Karna same, you will be in a state of Shanti that is called Om Shanti state. If you can do it, that is yoga basically, what I feel. And you will feel that yes, I am elevated. Om Shanti.
Okay, so thank you so much, Sanjay Bhai, for your thoughts. Okay, so if we have no other sharings, let's move into the meditation mode. So as always, let's sit back, relax, focus our attention on this conscient being that I am. The pure soul that I am. And as Baba reminded us today of the beauty of purity, the more and more I, the soul, become pure in my thoughts, words, and action, the more and more I become beautiful and exude the fragrance of spirituality through my attitude, vision, and behavior. Through my vritti, drishti, and kriti. And as we begin the day, let's carry on with us this fragrance of spirituality in everything what we do. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. You cannot smile before we close the session. So tomorrow is a buffer day, and we have Brother Dan from Australia, Sydney, taking a session on friendship with the divine. So I request all the divine family members to attend this session and take complete benefit. Om Shanti. Over to you, Sister Ami, for closing the session.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Manoj Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a lovely day.